There are those that are elites, but there are also those we can refer to as elites amongst elites. Few people will ever fully comprehend the amount of the fortunes the richest families in the world have accumulated over decades and sometimes even centuries. The richest families on earth have greater power over resources than nearly all of humanity combined. It's well known that fortunes are constantly earned and lost. Wealth is like a roller coaster ride that goes up and down with economic bubbles and disasters, brilliant ideas, or just plain luck, but doesn't always genuinely pass from one generation to the next. However, it appears that for the families on this list, having a lot of money simply flows in the family like blood. You probably aren't even aware that their businesses, which range from owning some of the largest retail brands, banks, hotels, restaurants, supermarkets and more, are a part of your day-to-day life. Let's take a look at the top 10 richest families in the world and their astounding wealth. Hello and welcome to the Billion Club. Here we talk about the luxurious and glamorous lifestyle of the rich and famous. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. Also, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to express yourselves in the comment section. Let's get into the video. Number 10. The Boehringer and von Baumbach families. Country, Germany. Net worth $59.2 billion. Company, Boehringer Ingelheim. The Boehringer and von Baumbach families ranks 10th in our list of top 10 richest families. Albert Boehringer, a modest druggist, founded a business in 1885 that sold tartar and other dental adhesives. After more than 130 years, the Boehringer Ingelheim Group, which employs over 50,000 people, is one of the 20 largest pharmaceutical companies in the world and the second largest in Germany. Hubertus von Baumbach, Albert's great-grandson, is in charge of running the business, but nothing else is known about Hubertus and his family, who are reputed to be exceedingly quiet and press-shy. However, it is known that the business brought in a staggering $22.5 billion in 2019 alone, and in 2020, the von Baumbach and Boehringer dynasties invested some of that tremendous financial might in COVID-19 vaccine development. With a total net worth of $59.2 billion, the Boehringer von Baumbach family ranks as the 10th wealthiest family in the world. Number 9. The Thompson Family. Country, Canada. Net worth $61.1 billion. Company, Thomson Reuters. It's worthy of note that the Canadian Weekly Review was established by Roy Thomson in the 1950s to cater for Canadians who had immigrated to the UK, and by then he owned nearly 24 publications. Roy Thomson followed in the footsteps of William Randolph Hearst by acquiring the Timmins Daily Press in Ontario as a fledgling entrepreneur. After relocating to Scotland, Thomson continued to acquire newspapers and media companies up until his death in 1976. By acquiring Reuters and creating the Thomson Reuters megacorporation, the Thompson family expanded their dominion. David, the grandson of Roy, is the company's current chairman and the publisher of Canada's Globe and Mail. Through the investment company Woodbridge, the company has roughly a 2/3 share in the financial data and services provider Thomson Reuters. The family also owns hotels. On our list of the top 10 wealthiest families in the world, the Thompson family is rated 9th with an estimated net worth of $61.1 billion. Number 8. The Johnson Family. Country, United States. Net worth $61.2 billion. Company, Fidelity Investments. For 3 decades, Fidelity Investments has been governed by the Boston-based Johnson clan. In 1946, Edward C. Johnson II established the business in Boston, the capital of Massachusetts and the financial hub of New England. After his death, his son Edward III took over, but in 2014, stepped outside from the daily duties. Abigail inherits her father Edward III's former position as CEO while he continues to serve as board chairman. With an estimated net worth of $61.2 billion, Abigail, who is ranked 75th on Forbes' list of the world's richest people, has kept the company in business. According to Forbes, the Johnsons collectively hold 49%, the second largest mutual fund in the world. Whoever owns the remaining 51% makes us cringe to think of their vacation house. Number 7. The Wertheimer Family. Country, France. Net worth $61.8 billion. Company, Chanel. It's understandable if you haven't heard of Pierre Wertheimer, but do you recognize the name Coco Chanel? As Parisian fashion designer, Chanel sought to establish herself. In the years between the two world wars, Wertheimer took a chance and invested in her company. Chanel died in 1971, but because of the Wertheimer family's diligent work and guarding at the cash cow, her name continues to live on. Currently, brothers Alan and Gerard Wertheimer own racehorses, vineyards, and the fashion house Chanel. The Wertheimer family's current estimated net worth is $61.8 billion, and they rank 7th on our list of the top 10 richest families. Number 6, the Ambani Family. Country, India. Net worth, $93.7 billion. Company, Reliance Industries. Oil has definitely earned the label Black Gold for a reason. Just ask the Ambani family of India, who own more than $80 billion after becoming extremely wealthy through mining the Earth's vital resources. Dhirubhai Ambani first worked as a gas station attendant, but instead of accepting that as his fate, he formed Reliance Commercial Corporation. One of Mukesh Ambani's offspring is in charge of the energy giant currently known as Reliance Industries. According to Business Insider, the younger Ambani likes to relax at his 400,000 square foot, 27-story house when he's not drafting reports. He must get lost in there for sure. With a net worth of $93.7 billion, the Ambani family ranks 6th among the top 10 richest families in the world. Number 5, the al-Saud Family. Country, Saudi Arabia. Net worth $100 billion. Company, Saudi Royal Family. Abdulaziz al-Saud founded the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 1932, and less than a century later, it's one of the richest countries in the world, thanks to, you guessed it, oil. The riches generated by the oil boom is divided among the royal family's members. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, 35, also known as MBS, has a personal fortune worth more than $1 billion. Thanks to decades of payments from the Royal Diwan, the King's administrative office, the family's enormous fortune has risen, which is now estimated to be worth $100 billion. The Saudi royal family has understandably indulged in some very extravagant spending as a result of their immense wealth. They have purchased gold and diamond cars, golden lavatories, and even a specially arranged flight for falcons. Yes, falcons! On our list of the top 10 wealthiest families in the world, the Saud family ranks 5th position. Number 4, the Dumas Family. Country, France. Net worth $111.6 billion. Company, Hermes. Fashion and luxury are hugely lucrative industries, as we recently learned from the Wertheimers, yet not even the Chanel dynasty can build up its trillion-dollar tower as high as the Dumas family, owners of the ultra-chic fashion label Hermes. When Thierry Hermes first began producing horse equipment for the nobility of France in the 19th century, the brand succeeded well, but it might not have been as successful as Hermes' descendant, Jean-Louis Dumas, had not launched Hermes onto the global scene in the 1970s. The 200-year-old fashion brand, which earned $8 billion in 2019, still being managed by the family. The Wertheimers and Dumas bumping into one another at the caviar bar must make for some awkward conversation. LeBron James and other basketball legends are dressed in the brand nowadays. Hermes Apple Watches cost $12.99 and above, using old school and cutting-edge technology. Number 3, the Koch family. Country, United States. Net worth $124.4 billion. Company, Koch Industries. The Kochs of Kansas are the hardest up of the 3 American families that make up the top 3 wealthiest families in the world. When Fred Koch co-founded the Wood River Oil and Refining firm in 1940, he also launched America's largest private company, Koch Industries. Charles teamed up with his brother, and the two grew their father's oil company to unprecedented heights, bringing in more than $115 billion in revenue annually. The Koch brothers were never reluctant to use their wealth to sway politics. They gave freely outrageous sums to promote deregulation and other causes that were important to them because they wanted to, well, make more money. In 2019, David Koch passed away, leaving his widow, Julia, with a $53 billion bequest, making her one of the richest women in the world. The Koch family is an American business family that is best known for their involvement in politics and in controlling Koch Industries, the biggest privately owned business in the country, with a net value of $124.4 billion. The Koch family is the 3rd wealthiest family in the world. Number 2, the Mars family. Country, United States. Net worth $141.9 billion. Company, Mars Incorporated. One family whose tremendous fortune was generated by a lot of refined sugar is the Mars family. According to Forbes, 6 members of the Virginia-based Mars family are among the 400 richest people on the planet. The Mars family has a $141.9 billion net worth. In Tacoma, Washington, at the age of 19, Frank C. Mars began creating and selling buttercream candies from his kitchen. Today, the Mars family is the second richest family in the world. Mars is a multi-generational family business that is both widely known and hugely successful. It is the Walmart of candy. The company is well recognized for producing a wide variety of delicious candies such as Milky Way, Twix, M&M's, Snickers, and Mars bars. It's interesting to note that the Mars family will likely remain one of the wealthiest families in the world for some time due to America's insatiable hunger for candy. Number 1. The Walton Family. Country, United States. Net worth $238.2 billion. Company, Walmart. On our list of the top 10 richest families in the world, the Waltons, who run the American retail behemoth Walmart, hold the top spot. If you've even purchased a single pair of socks from Walmart, you have contributed in some little way to the Walton family's enormous wealth. Sam Walton began his career in the 1950s with a little Walton's 5-10 store on the Bentonville, Arkansas town square. It still stands as the Walmart Museum's front, which charts Sam Walton's rise from a small-town shopkeeper to the unquestioned supreme leader of American retail. Due to its size and Walton's category killer business model, Walmart accounts for an astounding 50% of all grocery sales in some regions of the country. When compared to the current family fortune of $238 billion, made possible by the globalization of the Walmart brand, Walton was worth an astounding $8.6 billion at the time of his death in 1992. The Walton family, however, is giving some of his wealth back to the community rather than holding it all. Alice Walton donated the money to create the Crystal Bridges Museum in Bentonville because her family has amassed so much art that she wants to share it with the world. And the Walton Family Foundation keeps supporting charity initiatives throughout the globe. There you go for the world's top 10 wealthiest families. Let us know what you think down in the comment section.